Okay, once we've built out all the lesson copies for each unit in the course, the next thing we can do is start filling in the actual lesson folders. Usually the first thing I like to do is to build the activations. I just feel like it gives a nice visual structure to the course and makes me feel like I've made a lot of progress. So here's how you can go about doing that. You've already written your activations in the Phase 2 document. And the goal is going to be to now put that in on this activation item here. It's a little tricky. So let me show you how we're going to do that. First thing you have to do is save the picture to your computer. So you'll want to follow the link, and chances are it'll be linked to it like this page here where it's just the picture. And so what you want to do is right click on it, and you'll see that you get sizes. So it says view all sizes. Usually we're going to want the one that's medium 500. So if you click on that, that'll load just the one that's a 500 pixel across image, or roughly that size. So if you right click on it again, you can say save image as. That's what we want to do, and you want to have a place on your computer that you're saving these things. So usually what I'll do is underneath the course that I'm developing, a folder for that, I'll add a folder for each unit. So unit 1. And I like to give these a good name so I can always know what it is. So usually what I'll do is I'll say ACT, A-C-T for activation, and then the number. So this is 1.1. And I'll save it. So there, activation 1.1 picture has been saved to my computer. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my Phase 2 document, and I have all of this text here as well. A whole bunch of text. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that text so I have it on my clipboard. Copy. Okay, now, on the activation page, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click this little double triangle thing, these chevrons, whatever they're called. Go to Edit. Now I have the name here as activation, but here is the text. This is where I want to add all my text. Now there's some formatting issues that we have to be concerned about. Okay, if I were to just paste this right here, that looks like it's going to work just right, but here's the problem is that I'm not sure this is a problem, okay, but I think this is a problem. And that is that it's using whatever font was used in the Google Docs. All right, we want this to look roughly the same everywhere we use it. So for example, you know what, let's not worry about it. Let's not worry about it. Okay, so here I just want to make sure all the spacing looks good. I've got the right number of spaces between sentences and everything, that I've got any paragraph spacings I need, okay? And then I want to put the picture in here. So the text is here, I want to put the picture here. To do that, I'm going to click at the very beginning of the picture, of the text, very beginning, and I'm going to click the Attach Image button. So I click that button, and that brings up a window where I can select an image by browsing my computer. So I want to go back to that folder where I saved the activation image and double click on it. That'll bring it up here, and I want to say, let me make sure I got everything good here. Aha! Image target URL. Let me see if that's what I want. I don't think. Okay, right here I want to say set width, and I want the width to be 300 pixels. Okay, that way they'll always be the same width. The picture will always be the same width. Let's see if there's any other settings I want. Launch a new window. This image target URL, what we want to do, since this is a Creative Commons image, we want to link back to the original image. And so in this image target URL is where I'm going to copy and paste the URL of the picture on Flickr. So I'm going to copy that URL, paste it here for image target URL. That way if someone clicks on the picture, it'll bring them back to Flickr, and I want to make sure it does say launch in new window. So if someone say yes, if someone clicks on it, it opens a new window, bringing it to the Flickr. Okay, so I got set the URL, set the width to 300, and then say submit. Submit. Now this does something a little weird at first, okay, and that is that the picture, what I want is the text to be alongside the picture. And I'm trying to think of the best way to do that. I think the only way I know how to do that is by actually messing with the HTML code. And so if this is something you feel comfortable doing, then you can do it. Otherwise, I can come back through and fix this little piece of code. What you'd do is you would click on these double kind of alligator mouths here. It says toggle HTML source. And this is the code behind the text that we see here. Okay, so this is all the HTML. And here's the one thing we have to change is you'll see this little tag called img for image, and you got to find it in there. And right after that tag, you would write the following bit of code. You'd write align equals quote, that's double quote, left, end quote, space. So that what you've added is a little bit of text that says align equals quote unquote left. Now watch what happens when I go back to my regular view. Now that, see, it fixed the problem. So I can say submit, and now you can see I've got a picture and I have my text. All right, now I might come back and tweak a little bit of this code to make them all look the same or look a little better. Like I might add a little space on the side of the image, but you don't have to worry about that. Okay, that is how you put your text and image into the activation. So the next thing you should do is for every one of your activations, put the text and the image into the activation in Blackboard.